Welcome to Chapters of Chaos, the official podcast of the Chaos Book Club, where every story is a little magical, a little messy, and a whole lot of fun. I'm your host, Christy, founder of this chaos, and today's episode is a special one. We're celebrating 2 years of Chaos Book Club. Woo! 2 years of reading, themed months, retreats, group chats, and a whole lot of chaos. And I'm not alone. I'm joined by a few of our long-term Chaos members who've been here since the beginning. Let's go around and introduce ourselves. So let's say your name, how long you've been in the club, and your favorite memory so far.
Well, I'm Lauren. I've been in the book club since the beginning, so 2 years. The favorite memory, it's going to be two of them, either Cassidy signing her Junice signature or the dinosaurs from our last book club. That was fun.
Name's Katie, and I've also been a member from the beginning, so like 2.5 years. The voice doesn't always sound like this, but maybe it's better than what my voice normally sounds like. Favorite memory, I suppose I was only able to go to one out of the 2 retreats, but it was so much fun to just like get away for a weekend and hang out with the girls and go to the Ren Fair and do all the silly Ren Fair things. But every time that I'm with the girls is a new and exciting adventure, as we shall find out what happens in the next 20 to 30-ish minutes.
Hi, I'm Danielle. I've been in the book club since... Did I say my name right?
I was so hoping that you would say Daniel.
Oh, man.
This is Daniel.
I'm Daniel. Sorry. Hi, I'm Danielle. I've been in book club almost since the beginning. I missed the first one, but pretty much 2 years since then. My favorite memory probably is the retreats as well. I feel like they're always just really good time just to get away, talk about books, hang out with people, drink coffee. Good time.
Okay, so 2 years. When I started this club, I thought maybe a few people would show up a few months or so. And now we've got full themed months, events, and even retreats. So let's go back to the beginning for a minute. What do you all remember about that first year when we were all just getting started?
So I remember Christy asking me if I wanted to be in this book club. And I was like, girl, I don't read. I don't think you understand that I haven't read a book since college. And it was about bones. I don't think I'm the right gal for this club. I'll give it a try. And I told her, if I can't keep up, please kick me out. It'll be fine. Then we picked The Housemaid for our first book. And I got it. And I sat down and I read it in like 2 days. And I was like, holy crap, I can read.
I have never read.
This is crazy. I can do this. And it was so good. And I'm like, oh my gosh, the books are cool. This is amazing. And then, yeah, it kind of just like spiraled out of control. And now I have like a whole room in my home that's like devoted to books. And it's really just been like a huge shift in like how I spend my time in the past 2 years. So that's been really exciting. Just being with my gals and getting to learn about all these new worlds. So that's what I remember the most.
I am reading The Serpent and the Wings of Night now. So I'm late on the train to that one, but mostly everybody else has read that. So it's fun to just be able to talk to other people about books that are not just the book club specific books, but any other books that we read, somebody else has read it. So that's what I like about it. I did read a lot, but I mostly just read thrillers, I would say, which I do still love. I know. I really almost exclusively read thrillers. And now I feel like I mostly read romance and more like romantasy stuff. And I feel like I probably wouldn't have picked up a romantasy book before this. Did read ACOTAR for like the second book club. And I feel like it just kind of took you down the rabbit hole of all the fantasy. And now there's just so many different worlds, as you say, you can be part of. And I do love that.
What's your favorite thriller?
I can't even tell you, honestly, because it's so far removed.
Okay.
I love Stephen King stuff, though.
Okay.
I never thought I would really enjoy contemporary romance.
Our first book club, we casted The Housemaid, and now it's coming out. And we did a pretty good job on that cast.
We sure did. Amanda Seyfried was definitely in there, right? For sure. My male castings are usually pretty Henry Cavill exclusive.
That's the only one I remember we kept.
Sebastian Stan?
Yes.
I stand by that.
Oh, yeah. Now we have to talk about the retreats. Our first one in 2024 was such a milestone. Our first time taking the chaos to an Airbnb in the Poconos. So, for those who went to that retreat, what were your expectations going into it?
I just thought it was going to be a fun weekend. I didn't have expectations. I just thought we were all going to hang out for an entire weekend. I honestly thought we were going to read a lot more. I thought we're going to be like sitting down and reading. It's going to be great. I mean, it was still fantastic and had a great time.
How many books did you take to the first?
I only read one.
Actually-
Just brought the wedding people. I think I read like 2 pages one time when I was going to sleep.
I think I read like a whole chapter and then I fell asleep with the book in my face
Yeah.
at one point.
Yeah.
That was about it. But then in 2025, we really leveled it up. We went to the PA Renaissance Fair. So, what do you remember about that trip this past summer?
I'm not a costume person. That was very stressful for me.
It was so
It
fun.
was fun.
I love getting dressed up. Our TikTok making
Oh,
and the Harry Potter reenactments
oh,
were great. We did superlatives. which
oh,
were
that was
fun.
fun. Yeah.
There was a skee ball machine in this Airbnb, which was crazy. Just getting ready together was fun. Doing each other's makeup, looking at each other's outfits, girly things. Obviously, the turkey legs at the Ren Fair are unparalleled. It's the first thing you have to get when you go there. So good.
And the pickles.
And the pickles.
Pickles.
Pickle vibe. Pickles.
I like pickles. Adding on to that, the day before, just going to breakfast, brunch, all bigger shopping. The wineries were fun.
Winery ladies can spot us from a mile away. They're like, this group is rowdy. Let's stick
They
them
need
in
to
the
be
freezer.
back.
Like
Yeah,
literally
the
put
back
us
room with
in
all the
yes,
barrels.
with all the barrels,
No.
which was very kind and very smart on
Yeah.
their end.
Mhm. And it was nice because it was so hot and it was nice to be in the freezer.
Weird phenomenon at that winery. When you went to the bathroom, you could hear every conversation that was happening in the book club freezer.
And we had our dinner that night.
Yeah, the ghosts.
And there was a debate on the name of the place, Boobies Brewery.
Yes. Yeah.
Truly.
Yes.
Not bubbies, not boobs, not bubes. And we may have seen a ghost, possibly.
So
And
hit us
we-
up, boobies, if you want that picture of the
We
ghost
have
in the
it.
catacombs. We have it.
Then we also did our drinks for all the books.
Mhm.
Everyone did a drink based on a book we read the past year, which was really fun.
With mocktail options.
Danielle made pudding that almost killed
Oof.
us.
It
That
was
was
delicious. Very,
Fermenting.
very strong.
Actively
Yes.
fermenting
I
pudding.
mean, it's crazy because like I made it and it was like what 6 hours later and it already tasted like
It was very
10
strong.
times stronger than you think.
No,
it would be.
the
It's
crazy
ridiculous.
The crazy part is that we asked you to make it again
Yeah,
for
that's right.
another party.
That
Like,
is true.
please kill us with this pudding again.
But
Couldn't get it up.
we prepared. We brought extra whipped cream that time, extra Oreos, so everything is okay.
Our treats became these little memory capsules. Each one feels like its own novel. Same characters, new adventure. So, something huge happened this past year. Our social media era.
Woo!
Chaos Book Club officially hit TikTok and Instagram. How wild is it that we've been sharing our chaos with the internet for an entire year now? So let's talk about some of our favorites. What was your favorite video or post that we did?
The most recent one we did from Dinosaur Book Club. I feel like everything we did was absolutely ridiculous. Anything where you can have a reference from Candy Mountain is just beautiful. And then trying to do the I don't even know, the rodeo dinosaur where I think we all got strangled in the process, but we all lived to tell the tale. So
Really quite incredible that nobody got injured.
yeah.
I like seeing all of our weekly wrap ups because I
Mhm.
like seeing what everybody else is reading.
Funniest filming moment.
So the dinosaurs, the first time you tried to jump on.
Oh my
Daniel's
God.
back.
I got so much air. I felt like I flew through the air and it was like a whole inch and a half.
I also really liked Christie's interpretation of the Jurassic Park theme
Ah.
song.
But that was amazing.
That's our bonus content. I think another great part of it is realizing our community is bigger than just our group chat now. We've met a lot of online friends. We've met some people at the Renaissance Fair.
I think it's really cool how it's opened up our ability to like interact with the authors. Sam getting so mad when Stacy, the author of Forbidden Alchemy, commented on our posts because he loves her and like all of her content. And he was like, I can't believe that she like saw your guys' video. This is insane. And he's the one that like got me that book in the first place and like the reason we read it in the first place. So that was really quite satisfying and very cool. And we got to have like an author join in our book club via, what was it? Not FaceTime, Zoom. I'm so old. Lauren Rico, the author of After the Ocean, like that was like really cool for her to take time out of like her evening to like chat with us, especially in a very loud environment. Sorry, Lauren, but it was still really cool.
Absolutely. 2 years in, what's something you learned about this club, about reading, or even about yourself?
I feel like I'm harsher than other people, but I like for me, if I give something a 3, I think that is still has the potential to be a really, really good book. Like I would still recommend it to other people, tell them to read it. But then like sometimes I feel bad if I'm give it a 3 or 3.5 and everyone else is like 5, 5, 5. So
So you learn people have different ratings systems.
Yes.
Yes.
Like maybe my 3 is just actually someone else's 4. I've definitely learned that everybody rates books very differently, which is totally fine. For me, like 1 would probably be like DNF, like I couldn't finish it. 2 would be like I had to like force myself through it. 3 would be like it's fine, but like I wouldn't really recommend anybody else reading it. 4 is like it was good, I would recommend it. 4 or 5 I would recommend. Then 5 was amazing, loved it. It took me all year this year to get to a 5-star read. I definitely got harsher with my ratings since book club started. I was kind of like an easier rater in the beginning, and it's gradually getting a little bit harsher. But Night and the Moth was my first 5-star
That's what I'm
read
reading now.
of
It's so good.
the year, and I just read it like a month or 2 ago. It was so good.
I would recommend a 3-star book to other people, but I feel like it would have to be a specific. It'd be like, I enjoyed this book, but it would be good for like Emily specifically because of what she likes, or Lauren specifically because of what she likes. I think that's maybe why sometimes I come off a little harsher because I think a 3 still is a good book.
Yeah.
So
I would say I learned to be open-minded about a book, even if it's not something that I think I'm going to enjoy going into it, because there have been a lot of books that I don't really think I'm going to like, but I ended up really enjoying it.
I mean, even like ACOTAR for me was kind of like that. It was like the first fantasy. Like I didn't love the first one. I feel like it was more setup. But I feel like the rest of the series was really, really good. And I never would have picked that book up by myself because I just never would have even really considered fantasy books.
How about any books that changed your perspective?
The House,
Okay.
okay, The House in the Cerulean Sea was a 5-star audiobook. Oh, stinking good. Oh my gosh. I think that might have changed my perspective on audiobooks because I was always an audiobook girly. I think that it definitely counts as reading. People can differ on that, whatever, it's fine. I'm a big fan of multitasking and being able to read while I fold my wash or go out for a little walk or whatever I want to do. That book specifically, I think, was elevated so much by being in an audio format that I'm sure I would have enjoyed it if I would have read it. But I absolutely loved the voice acting. So I can say that that was one that kind of changed my perspective. Maybe there are some books that are better consumed in different formats.
I do the same thing. I listen to audiobooks when I'm driving or if I'm cooking or cleaning. And I've come to realize that there are some books that I'm purposefully holding off on listening to because I want to physically read it.
Mhm.
But I do think there's some books that are better consumed one way versus another, depending on the kind of reader that you are.
Side note about audiobooks, and it said how some people don't consider it reading, but it's actually one of the like purest ways that you can take in book because when you read, you naturally will skip over words, but when you're listening to it, it's one of the only times you will like truly take in every word of the book. So it like works your brain differently, and it's like they're both equally valid and they're both like very good for you.
What was the first book that actually made me tear up?
I'm
Like
a
made
very
you tear up?
emotional reader. I cry with almost every book that I read.
But honestly, I know that this was a very controversial book that we read. Anxious People, I think, might have been like one of the first ones that kind of like made me tear up at the end.
Something unexpected you learned from the group.
I learned that Danielle used to love thrillers, which I had
Just right here, right
no
now.
idea.
Yeah.
I learned that everybody has very different tastes and opinions, and they're all valid and respected, which is a very cool space to be in. And that I am friends with a lot of really creative people who continue to come up with such fun ideas and things that we can do.
I just like that so many of us have such varying ranges of our preferred genres and what we like to read. Cassidy is, I think, our only nonfiction lover.
Nonfiction queen.
So many of us have similar but like varying go-to genres, but we still manage to find so many books that we will enjoy.
Yeah.
Like for our book club.
So, a moment that reminded you why you joined.
I have like one specific moment, but it was my New Year's resolution to read more because I loved reading in high school, but then in college I didn't have time to read. So then once I graduated, I never really got back into it. So the one year my New Year's resolution was to read more. So I set a goal of 4 books. I tried to make it attainable. I read 1 that year, so I rolled it over to the next year. And then it was like May and I still hadn't read anything. And that was when you asked if I wanted to join a book club. And I was like, I sure do. So I don't have like one exact like moment per se, but that was the main reason why.
I feel like mine is just every time someone is equally hyped about loving a moment of a book, or every time someone equally hates a moment of a book. Like, I feel like it's just a reminder of why I joined, because I just love talking about books.
Very similar to that. Like, I think anytime I'll get like a text message from somebody in the book club, whether it's about a book or like if they saw something or like sharing stuff for socials with like Casey and like all these little friendships that I didn't have over 2 years ago and like all these different relationships, like I find that to be the most valuable part of it.
Overall, it's just realizing that reading is something that doesn't have to be solitary. You can do it with a group of people, and it could be loud, funny, and really goofy at times, but it's always very meaningful.
Yes.
So, before we wrap up, let's look ahead. What's everyone most excited for in our next chapter of our chaos?
I'm super excited to read our next book because it's one that's been on my shelf forever. And I've heard great things about it. And I know people really love it. And it's Six of Crows. So that's very exciting. And then I'm also super excited / hopeful that our little mini read treat happens in the winter time, which will be super fun.
Yeah. And Danielle, maybe you'll get to do more reading if you go to the read retreat.
I mean, probably not.
I'm excited for more of the themes. I know when I think of random things, I'll like send it in the group just so I don't forget about it. But we come up with, I feel like we have at least 4 options that we can play around with at the moment. We do already know what our next theme is going to be, but we have a lot of options to play around with. So I always like that.
I don't know, just continuing to read great books with great people, or not great books with still great people. I feel like it's just a good time.
Excellent. So I can't wait to see what year 3 brings, because every time we've peaked, somehow we top it. To everyone listening, whether you've been part of the club since day 1 or just discovering us now, thank you. You're part of the story too. Follow Chapters of Chaos here on YouTube. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more. Also follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Chaos Book Club to see what we're reading and up to next. Until next time, keep reading, keep connecting, and keep embracing the chaos.